So just I have a question to all of you. Just wanted to understand how many of you have already completed the phase 1 of AAA? You can just raise your hand so that I'll be able to understand. How many of you here have already completed the AAA phase 1 examination? Oh, completely fine. So for this phase, you're having enough time to prepare also. Okay, completely fine. So yes, I hope the screen is visible and we are just going to study or discuss some questions, which are previous year questions of AAA as well as JEE. Now, Manishri, we'll have 2 more classes this for this AAA phase. All the sessions, previous ones, the videos are the recordings are there in the YouTube channel that I've already mentioned. Yes. Now, the question 1 is limit x tends to 0, sine of pi cos square x by x square is equal to. It's just a simple solution. You need to understand what you have to do to solve this question. A very common question which comes in different forms. This question comes as something like tan, sec terms, or sine square of pi cos square x by x raised to 4. Different terms, this type of questions repeats in the examination. So when are these type of questions comes? Okay, I got an answer A as well as D. Okay, fine, we'll just check. Students have started typing the answers in the chat box. One student, one has typed A, one is D. Okay, there is B also. So pi by 2, pi minus pi. Okay. So those students have typed the answers. I want all of you to recheck the same way we used to do in all our sessions. Is it pi by 2? Okay. Just a second, I'll discuss all the queries towards them. Okay. Okay. Somebody saying it's A. Okay. So when are these type of questions comes, you have to think of the formula that we have studied, limit x tends to 0. I would say sine x by x or sine x square by x. It is equal to 1. So whenever this comes, your aim is to change whatever you have into that form so that you'll be able to apply the limit and you'll be able to get the answer. And in some cases, this will be of the form 0 by 0. So you have to just find f dash of x or g dash of x and then you can solve it. Very simple question. I think 15 to 20 students only answered it. We do have more count of students compared to those who have answered it. Its limit x tends to 0. Sine of pi cos square x by x square is equal to. This is also a previous year AAA question. And there might be slight variation in the terms that's here in this equation. So yes, a very simple question. The same way we used to repeat it whenever we are solving the question. This is what is given. I have to, maybe you can change the sine in cos term or cos in sine term. So it's easy because we have the formula with sine. So I'm just going to change this cos square as 1 minus sine square. So this will be sine pi minus pi into sine square x divided by x square, limit x tends to 0. So I want to change the limit to sine pi sine square x, and here I have to have a sine square x. So I'm just going to multiply and divide it by pi sine square x. So I got something like sine of pi sine square x by x square. Sorry, sine of pi sine square x by pi sine square x, and here it will be sine square x by x square. So you have 2 formulas with the limits. You could just apply it and you can solve it. Very simple question, very easy methodology or very easy stuff. So this is what I have. I have multiplied it. I have rearranged it. I have a pi here. The rest all becomes 1. So this will be limit pi sine square x tends to 0, sine of pi sine square x by pi sine square x. And this will be limit x tends to 0, sine square x by x or sine x by x the whole square. So this is also 1, this is also 1, and we have a pi. So option A is the correct answer here. I think I have expanded it a lot when solving for you to get it clear. Is this question clear? Can we move forward? It's a very easy question. I too agree. But what you have to think is how I'll arrange it in such a form that I'll be able to apply the formula that I know. And This term changes, but it's I would say, a sure type of question that comes in examination, even if it's JEE or HOK. It could be something like sine square, cos raised to 4, x raised to 4. There'll be slight changes, but this type of question repeats. I hope there are a lot of new students have joined today because I could see the count. So if there are any queries, you have to type that in the chat box, and that's how we work. Okay. Is this clear, and can we move forward, children? I'll be able to help you when you are responding to me. I'll be able to help you in the way you want when you're responding to me only. So yes, please do respond. That is very, very important. Yes, completely fine. Am I audible? Because someone is saying they're not able to hear me. Helen. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay, completely fine. Now moving to the next question. The value of integral minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine square x plus 1 by 2 raised to x. Think of what form it is. Integral minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine square x by 1 plus 2 raised to x. Is it pi by 4? Okay, somebody has typed, is it pi by 4? Okay. I think there are queries related to the first question. I'll help you towards the end of the session. Now, you can just leave some space and start doing this. I want all of you to solve this question along with me. Okay, you can consider this as a revision, something like that. Integral of a to b f of x dx or something. F of a plus b minus x. Yes. So please start solving this question. So it's f of minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 plus x. There is a small tip to all of you. We all know exam is nearing. So I don't want you to waste a lot of time revising all the formulas, the textbook and everything. I want you to concentrate on problem solving. That is very, very important. Take 10 questions, just solve it. If you don't know what's the concept used, just go back to your book or refer something, understand the concept, and then start solving it. Please don't feel like, yeah, I'll study the chapter, then I'll do this problems. Okay. There is B, D, and A in the chat box. Okay. B is actually pi by 2. D is actually pi by 4, and A is pi by 8. So it's not 4 pi. That's what I think. And please do confirm what's the denominator, whether it's 8, 2, or 4. Whether it is 8, 2, or 4. Okay, there is B. Likita, I'll get back to you towards the end, so don't worry. Yes, Devika, I'll help you towards the end. Okay. So yes, somebody has typed this formula itself in the beginning of the question. So yes, how we are going to solve this question is we have to identify which form it is. A to b f of x dx is the form. So what it is? Integral of a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. So what I have to do? Here is pi by 2, or I would say minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 minus x. So this is something like sine square of minus x by 2 raised to minus x. This is 1 plus 1 by 2 raised to x, and this is minus sine square x. So you have to rearrange these terms. You have to, okay. It's by, okay. Now you have started typing, it's by 2, it's by 4. Okay, completely fine. We'll just check it. So yes, I think up to this, we all know. We have just changed the form. This is like 2 raised to x plus 1 by 2 raised to x. You can take it here. So this is integral of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. 2 raised to x into sine square x by 2 raised to x plus 1. So I have I here, I have either. I'm just going to add 2i. So here, there is a 2 raised to x divided by 1 plus 2 raised to x. Rest all is same there. So you could take sine square x by 1 plus 2 raised to x. So the term will be 1 plus 2 raised to x. So those students who know I, you could add both of them and you'll be able to find out what is 2i. Okay. So what is actually 2i? 2i is integral of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine square x by 1 plus 2 raised to x into 1 plus 2 raised to x dx. This will cancel and it's sine square x. Integral of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine square x dx. When someone sees this, you will be able to identify, yeah, this is something which teachers used to solve initially in the class, right? Integral of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine square x. We'll substitute it with 1 minus cos to x by 2. It's 1 dx and cos to x dx. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I think here it is. Yeah. It's 1 dx and cos to x dx. So the limits are pi by 2 and minus pi by 2. This will be minus sine pi by 2 minus this term will go because it's 0. This is pi by 2 plus pi by 2. It's pi 1 by 2 into pi. So 2i is pi by 2, I is pi by 2. I think majority was saying option D only. Yes, these type of questions also comes in examinations. I'll just show the steps again. I have written everything in detail. That's why this is like a long thing, because I don't want you to miss any step, you to be confused at any point. I'll just show this question once again and then we can move forward. We have started with, we have identified it as minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 f of x dx. So a plus b minus x minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 minus x. So I've substituted it here and 2 raised to x. So this pi by 2 terms will get cancelled and here it's sine square of minus x and it's 2 raised to minus x. So this I'll be able to write as 1 plus 1 by 2 raised to x. And this term will be minus of x square only, so it's sine square x. So minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine square x by 1 plus 1 by 2 raised to x. Now this comes here. So this is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, 2 raised to x into sine square x by 2 raised to x plus 1 dx. Now you have to add both of them. So you have to find the 2i. So when you have the 2i, the 1 plus 2 raised to x term gets cancelled and you have sine square x. Once you have sine square x, you know how to find the integral. You can substitute for 1 minus cos to x by 2. You can separate the 1 by 2 and cos to x by 2. You can take that 1 by 2 outside and you can solve this. So for 1 it's x and cos to x, you can substitute sine to x by 2. For the sine terms, when we are substituting the value, it's 0, it's not needed. So this is 1 by 2 into pi by 2 plus pi by 2. It's 2 pi by 2, so the 2 gets cancelled. So it's pi by 2. Then there is 2i, so I is equal to pi by 2 into 1 by 2, which is pi by 4. I know there are a lot of students who are raising their hands. If there are any queries, please do type in the chat box. Okay, you want me to? Yes, all these documents will be updated in the portal where you will take the practice test. Yes, regarding the previous recordings and the sessions, I'll give you information towards the end. Okay. Can we move forward? I want to understand that and then we can start solving the next question. Okay, completely fine. Now, next is also a simple question. These type of questions also comes. Limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos 2x, 3 plus cos x divided by x tan 4x. It is 1 minus cos 2x, 3 plus cos x and x by tan 4x. Limit is given as x tends to 0. Very simple question, but this also comes. Okay, there is 1 by 2. Okay. Somebody is saying option A, option C, 1 by 2 and 2. So I want both of you to check the answer. There is 1 also. Okay. 1 by 2, 1 and 2. Those are the options which you're giving me. It's 1 by 2, 1 and 2. So whenever you're solving, if you feel like, yeah, that question, I'm not able to understand it, just leave some space and start doing the next question. Towards then, once the session is over, we can recheck each and every one in the way you want. Okay. Okay, there are a lot of C's coming up in the chat box. Anish, Tarun, and it's Kautilya, I think. Can you please help me by typing in the chat box? Okay, completely fine. Yes, we'll start solving this question. Very simple question. Yes. This is what I have. In the previous question itself, we have just replaced for 1 minus cos 2x. It's Sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x by 2. So here it's 2 sine square x. This is 3 plus cos x by x tan 4x. Now limit x tends to 0. I want it as something like sine x square by x square or something like that. So I'll be able to split these terms as 2 sine x into sine x. This is 3 plus cos x itself, and this is x tan 4x. So this term, it's okay. So I have what is remaining as 2 sine x into 3 plus cos x by tan 4x. So if I want to change this tan or anything, if I want to remove this term, what I have to do is I have to just multiply and divide it by 4x. Then only I'll have the solution. So what I have done is with tan 4x, I have multiplied and divided it with 4x. So there is 2 by 4 here. The sin x is here, sin x by x is here, and this becomes tan 4x by 4x. So this is gone, and sin x by x is also there. So 2 by 4 into 3 plus cos x. Now 2 by 4 into 3 plus cos 0. So it's 2 by 4 into 4, that is 4 will get cancelled and 2 is the answer. I hope this part is clear. If you have any further queries, please do type that in the chat box. Is this clear here? Limit x tends to 0, 2 by 4 into 3 plus cos x. Yes, which it's like, okay. One thing I want to make clear is there are different methods in which you can solve a question. So it's like if you feel one substitution is okay, it's like whichever method comes to your mind, whichever method you find easy, whichever method you're familiar with, you can just start using it. Okay, Kautilya, thank you. Okay, one more time you want the explanation. This is a very simple question, but these, oh, I have done something. Okay, so here you all know 1 minus cos x, we need to replace it with 2 sine square x. What you have to always think is, I have to have a function f of x by x, limit x tends to 0, something like that. Then only I'll be able to change it. Because if you're applying 0, it's not going to give you the answer. Most of the questions when you check, it will be in the form of 0 by 0. So you can apply Hospital's rule, something like that, and you can solve. Most of the questions are of that form. Most of the questions are of that form that comes in the examination. So what I have done is, I want it to be sin x by x. So there is already an x. So I've just written this as sin x by x. So it's gone. Now I have 2 sin x, 3 plus cos x. I have to work with this tan 4x. If I want to remove it, I have to multiply it with 4x, and the same way I have to divide it with 4x. So that has to be the next step which I might be doing. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So here what I've done is, it's tan 4x by 4x. This is 2 by 4. This is sin x by x. You will have a 2 by 4 and 3 plus cos x remaining. So 3 plus cos x, you can directly apply the value. It's 4 by 4. So the 4 will get cancelled and you'll have 2 as the answer. Rahul, actually, I'm not able to understand what you're saying. Can you please expand it? Okay. Can we move forward? Is this question clear to all of you? Can you all reply? Okay, completely fine. Okay. Now, this is another question, a very simple question. Limit x tends to 0, e raised to x minus 1 plus x by x square is. I'll give you the concept here also. It's e raised to 0 minus 1 minus 0 by 0 square. So it's 0 by 0, right? So what you have to do? E raised to x is e raised to x, minus 1 is 0. This minus x is 1. So if it's of the 0, it's of the 0 by 0 form, you have to find the f dash of x. So initially I have this term. The first time if I'm solving, it's e raised to x minus 1 by x square is 2x, right? When I'm substituting 0, this is e raised to 0 minus 1 by 2 into 0. That time also it's of the form 0 by 0. So I'm just going to repeat it again. So this will be e raised to x, e raised to x by 2x is 2. This will be the form. E raised to x by 2. So what will be the value? E raised to 0 is 1 and 2, it's 1 by 2. Very simple question, but you have to identify the given form is 0 by 0 form. If it's of the 0 by 0 form, you have to find the f dash of x and then you can substitute for the value. Yes. If it's of the 0 form, you have to differentiate it. I hope you have studied this formula and you remember this. I'll just tell something, just a second. The initial methodology is of something like if it's of f of x form or f of x by g of x or something, whatever is given, if it's of the 0 by form, you have to differentiate it. The value will be same. If its limit x tends to 0, f dash of x by g dash of x is the same one. So you have to differentiate it, apply the things, and then you can solve it. Very simple method which simplifies a lot of steps when you're solving the question. That is what is the advantages. And it's yes, but I don't know whether everybody knows about the L-Hospital rule. I hope at least some of you have heard about the L-Hospital rule that we use when we are solving the questions. It will be something like limit x tends to 0, f of x by g of x. If it's of the 0 by 0 form, you can write it as limit x tends to a or whatever it is, x tends to 0, f dash of x by g dash of x. If the initial one is of the 0 by 0 form. If the second form is also of the 0 by 0 form, then you can differentiate it again. You can find f dash of x and g dash of x again, and then you can substitute it. Is this clear? Okay, completely fine. Now moving to the next question. Very simple question. When you know the concept, it's really easy to solve it. Now, one more thing I would say for this question, there are different methods to solve this. Even you can try for the series expansion. That's also very famous. A raised to x, you can write this as 1 plus x plus, I would say x square by 2 factorial, x cube by 3 factorial, something like that. You can, I would say, remove the terms. You can form the series and then you can solve this. There are different methods to solve a question. The most two famous methods in solving this question are writing the series of a raised to x and solving, or applying this rule. Now, another question, I've just shown some part of it also, and that's completely fine. Limit x tends to 0, x tan 2x minus 2x tan x by 1 minus cos 2x the whole square is equal to. Limit x tends to 0, x tan 2x minus 2x tan x by 1 minus cos 2x the whole square. I want all of you to think in the same way that we have thought for the previous question, because it's just a little bit difference in the terms that's given in this question. Anish and Dharanish, if there is anything that you want to convey, please do type that in the chat box. Okay, we'll just start solving it. This is also a very easy question. So yes, we'll start with this one. X tan 2x, 2x tan x. It's of 1 minus cos 2x the whole square form. So you have to simplify it. So what I'm initially going to do is I'm going to substitute for tan 2x, 2 tan x by 1 minus tan square x. So this is x into 2 tan x by 1 minus tan square x minus 2x into tan x. And 1 minus cos 2x the whole square is 2, it's like cos 2x, 2 sine square x. We could rearrange or resubstitute it whole square. So this is 4 sine raised to 4x. And you'll be able to write this as, because 2 tan x and this x is common in this term as well as this term. So if you're taking it outside, it will be 1 by 1 minus tan square x minus 1. This term, this whole term will get reduced to tan square x by 1 minus tan square x. And this term will be 2x tan x by 4 sine raised to 4x. I hope up to this, the simplification that's clear for you. Then we have limit x tends to 0. This is 2 by 4, it's 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into x tan square and this tan x, it will be tan cube x divided by sine raised to 4x into 1 minus tan square x. Now you have to simplify all these terms, so you have to think in that way. So for simplification, what you could do is you could substitute for tan as sine and cos terms, and you can just rearrange it. I'll just show it again. Here I have x tan cube x. This is sine raised to 4x. The 2 I have taken outside, 1 minus tan square x. So thus, if I'm writing sine and cos, both the sine terms will get cancelled and this will be 1 by sine x. So even if it is sine x by x or x by sine x, it's 1. Cos cube x into 1 minus tan square x. So when we are substituting for both of these terms, all of them becomes 1. So you have the answer as 1 by 2, which is option C. You have to reduce all the terms and it should not be in 0 by 0 form. That's what you have to be thinking when you're solving the question. I'll just show the answer once again. I would request all of you to just go through the steps, and if there are any queries, I'm happy to answer. You can type that in the chat box. Okay. Yes. Please do refer to the question. Okay, just a second. The first two step. What is tan 2x? It's 2 tan x by 1 minus tan square x. I have substituted it. What is 1 minus cos 2x? It's 2 sin square x whole square. So it becomes 4 cos square. Sorry, 4 sin square x. The whole square. So it is sin raised to 4x. Do you have any queries related to this question? Any step, any place? If so, please type that in the chat box. Okay, somebody is asking initial two steps. Somebody is asking the final two steps. Just a second, hold on. So this is what I have done. I've just simplified it. It's 2 tan x by 1 minus tan square x. This is 2x tan x. So it's common. I've taken this outside. This is 1 minus 1 plus tan square x. So 1 gets cancelled. It's tan square x by 1 minus tan square x. I have this term. I'm changing it into sine and cos because I just want the sine to be removed. So it will be x by sine x. Oh, sorry. This is x by sine x. Then there is something like cos cube x. This will come down and there is 1 minus tan square x. So cos cube x also, 1 minus tan square x also, and x by sine x also. When you're substituting it, the term, there is no value for that. It's just 1. So it's 1 by 2 into 1. So here it's 1 by 2. Okay, you got it. Okay. Pragalia, I think. Is that clear? Do you want me to repeat it again? Or can we move forward? It's just solving only. It's just practicing more only. That's what the tip is. It's not for one chapter. It's for every chapter. Take questions, start solving it. Once you solve, I would say once you reach a certain limit, then it's like you can see the difference or you can feel the difference. You'll start understanding, yeah, this is how I have to solve it. This method for this question, this I have to do. But it will come only after solving, only after you have reached a certain level. It's not like just in a single step, you will be able to get it. So limit x tends to 0, log of cos x by x is equal to. So it is also of the 0 by 0 form. So I'm just going to find out log cos x is 1 by cos x into cos x is minus sin x. So this will be minus sin x by cos x. So I'm writing it as minus tan x. So it's 0. So it is 0. A very simple question. Even these type of questions also comes in examination. Okay. Now I think I have another question to show. This type of questions we have already solved one. So I want you to solve it. The value of the integral, that is integral pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4 x by 1 plus sin x is. It is minus pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4 x by sin x. So just one more question to all of you here. Are you able to follow these questions along with me? Okay, completely fine. So yes, just start solving this question. This is very, very important. We have already seen a same type of question here. Okay. So I could see two comments here. It's too slow, ma'am. Somebody saying it's fast, ma'am. So it's like everybody's pace is different. So we'll be discussing those questions which you feel tough maybe towards the end, because there are a lot of students who have already completed the session and they are saying session is slow. They've already completed it. There is another category who is saying it's a little, I would say, fast. Yes, towards then, please be here with me. Which step you want me to discuss again, which question you want me to discuss again, we can do that. Okay. I hope you have started solving this question. So yes, we'll start solving it together. Integral of a to b f of x dx is equal to integral of a to b f of a plus b minus x. So this will be pi by 4 plus 3 pi by 4. So 4 pi by 4, it's pi only. So it's pi minus x. So I'm just going to substitute for x as pi by 4. Sorry, pi minus x. Integral of pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4, pi minus x by 1 plus sine of pi minus x. So this is the simplified term I got. So there are two terms here. So 1 by 1 plus sin x is common in both of them. And you could see the limits here. Integral of minus pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4. X by 1 plus sin x dx. That's the first term. And the second one is integral of pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4. Pi minus x by 1 plus sin x. So 2i is this term. I've just added it. It's x plus pi minus x. So x will get cancelled. This and this term is gone. It's pi by 1 plus sin x. So I'm just multiplying it, just rationalizing it in order to solve it easily. So this is pi into 1 minus sin x by 1 minus sin square x. So I can substitute it in 1 minus sin square x as, cos square x. And it will be 1 by cos square x, that is sec square x. Sin x by cos x, it's tan x, and 1 by cos x, it's sec x. So if I'm integrating it, sec square x, it's tan x sec x is sec x. Now we have to just simply apply the limit. 3 pi by 4 and pi by 4. So what is tan of 3 pi by 4 and what is sec of 3 pi by 4? Same way, what is tan of pi by 4 and what is sec of pi by 4? So you could substitute for the values and you can get the answer. I know it will take some time. So the option B is the correct answer. I think somebody has typed it's pi into root 2 minus 1. That is option B. So I'll just show it again. We have started from here. I know all of you have been to this point. Now just the solving only that you have to be careful about. You can rationalize this term by multiplying it with the conjugate. So 1 minus sin x by 1 plus sin x. This is 1 minus sin square x, that is cos square x. So 1 by cos square x and sin x by cos square x. You have the terms here. You have simplified it as sec square x and tan x sec x. So there will be pi by 2 into tan x minus sec x. The limit is 3 pi by 4. That's the upper one, and lower one is pi by 2. So tan of 3 pi by 4 minus sec of 3 pi by 4 minus tan of pi by 4 minus sec of pi by 4. You just have to substitute for the values. This 3 by pi by 4, I have just replaced it with pi minus pi by 4 because it's easy. Tan of pi minus pi by 4 is minus tan pi by 4 and sec of pi minus pi by 4 is minus sec of pi by 4. So here, both the minus, it will be plus, and here it's minus only. So minus tan of pi by 4 and plus sec of pi by 4. Just substitute for the values. It's minus 1 for tan and sec for sec pi by 4, it's root 2 by. So just substitute the values, add them, and you'll get the answer. I'll just give 1 or 2 minutes for you to just solve this. Do you have any queries, or is this question clear? Yes. And whenever you feel you have not completed it, just leave some space and we can do it towards the end. This is a very interesting question, very easy question also, but important. This category is important. With values, the question comes. Limit x tends to 0, 27 plus x whole raised to 1 by 3 minus 3 divided by 9 minus 27 plus x whole raised to 2 by 3. This is just a certain category of limits that I am discussing today. Okay, there is 1 by 3, there is minus 1 by 6, there is minus 1 by 3. Okay, A, B, C. I got 3 options from you, which are A, B, and C. 1 by 3 is there, minus 1 by 3 is there, minus 1 by 6 is there. Okay. Tarun, if there is anything, can you please type that in the chat box? Okay, there is 1 by 3 coming. That's A, minus 1 by 3 and minus 1 by 6. Okay. I don't know whether I have made any mistake here. Just a second, we'll discuss this now. So this is from where I have started. Limit x tends to 0, 27 plus x raised to 1 by 3 minus 3 by 9 minus 27 plus x whole raised to 2 by 3. So the initial place, if I'm substituting for 0, it's 3 minus 3 by 9 minus 9. It's of 0 by 0 form. So I'm just differentiating, finding f dash of x. It's 1 by 3 into 27 plus x whole raised to 1 by 3 minus 1. Minus 3 is 0, it's gone. 9 at 0, it's not there. This is minus 2 by 3 into 27 plus x whole raised to 2 by 3 minus 1. So this is what I have. And now I'm just going to substitute the value. 1 by 3 into 27 plus 0 whole raised to minus 2 by 3 divided by minus 2 by 3 into 27 plus 0 whole raised to minus 1 by 3. So this will be 1 by 3 into 27 raised to minus 2 by 3 And this is minus 2 by 3 into 27 whole raised to minus 1 by 3. So when you're solving, you'll get minus 1 by 6. So those students have given the other answers. Please do kindly check it. Okay. Now, yes, we have a very one more question here. Yes, I think I've shown it. F2 into integral of 0 to 1 tan inverse x dx is equal to integral of 0 to 1 cot inverse of 1 minus x plus x square dx. Then what is integral of 0 to 1 tan inverse of 1 minus x plus x square dx? I have given something in terms of cot inverse of 1 minus x plus x square dx. And the question is asking me the same with the same limit integral of 0 to 1 tan inverse of 1 minus x plus x square. So you can think if there is any equation that's joining cot inverse and tan inverse. If you know that, you can just directly substitute for it and solve it. This question is a little bit tricky from where you start, how you solve it. The question is 2 into integral of 0 to 1 tan inverse x dx equal to integral of 0 to 1 cot inverse of 1 minus x plus x square dx. And it's asking integral of 0 to 1 tan inverse of 1 minus x plus x square. Okay, I could see there is option C, pi by 2 minus log 4. There is option B also log 2. Okay. What is actually tan inverse x plus cot inverse x? What is the value? What is tan inverse x plus cot inverse x? It's pi by 2. So you can substitute it here, right? So yes, we can just solve it. I'll just show you how to solve this question. 2 into integral of 0 to 1 tan inverse x dx is equal to integral of 0 to 1 cot inverse of 1 minus x plus x square. So I've substituted it, this cot inverse whole here as pi by 2 minus tan inverse of 1 minus x plus x square dx. Now this is what the question was asking. Integral of 0 to 1 tan inverse of 1 minus x plus x square. I'm just keeping it here and I'm just taking this to the other side. It will be integral of 0 to 1. This is pi by 2 minus 2 into integral of 0 to 1 tan inverse x dx. What is actually integral of tan inverse x dx? What is the value? It's x tan inverse x plus, x tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 into log of 1 plus x square. And here you have to apply the limit also 1, 0. We could directly substitute the limit values here. You could substitute for each one of them and you can solve it and it's log 2. Those students have raised your hand. If there are any queries, please do type that in the chat box so that I'll be able to help you. So from where we have started, you have to think of it. You know the formula, what's the value? It's pi by 2 minus log 2. This is x tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 in the log of 1 plus x square raised to, the limit is 1, 0. So pi by 2 minus 2 into, this becomes pi by 4 minus 1 by 2 into log 2. So this is 2 into pi by 2, 2 into 1 minus log 2. So this is pi by 2 minus pi by 2. So this will get cancelled and this gets also cancelled and it's log 2. I think we'll end today's session here. And I just want you to type what are doubts that you have in the chat box so that I'll be able to help you. Do you want to discuss any question further or do you have any feedback or do you want me to do anything extra, any suggestions or anything? There is, okay, I'll just type some links in the chat box. Just hold on for a moment. Amrita CBT practice.in. This is one page where you can get the previous year question papers and all of them. Now, another one is the YouTube channel where you can get the previous session recordings. So I've typed both of them in the chat box. Now, I think I'm open for your queries. Okay. Those students were asking about physics and chemistry. The number of questions and those two subjects are less only. Chemistry, we have only 25 and physics, it's just 30. So maths is having the higher weightage and that's why we are doing continuously sessions. So if you have any issues with the CBT, you can mail to btech@amrita.edu. Mostly, yes, these kinds of questions might come in AAA. I'm not saying it's a sure thing, but the probability is there. For a single individual, if they're applying through both the scores, then you'll be considered under both, that is AAA as well as JEE. Because 70% of seats in Amrita is through, the admission is through AAA rank and the remaining 30% of seats in Amrita is through JEE. So if you're applying through both, there is a probability that you will be considered through both. It's like if you're applying for, let's say you're looking for, I would say, AI and robotics at Coimbatore campus. So if you're applying for that, we'll consider which one is better, which score is better to give you that in the lowest slab. That's what the platform checks. So yes, thank you so much, students. I have taken a note of this regarding the physics and chemistry also. It's not the best. It both will be considered. Because if I'm having 100 seats, 70 seats is for AEEE and the 30 is for JEE. So if you have a JEE score, we'll consider you for that 30%. If you have AEEE score, it's 70 seats. So if you have both, you're open to all the seats at the university. That's what it looked like. So I hope the session was useful and you've got some idea. It's like aim was to just revise something just to give you an idea, just a basic revision. So hope this was helpful. If you have any queries, if you have anything to share with me, any feedback or anything, please do type that in the chat box. Yes, the session started actually from October month. And we used to conduct the session every Thursday evening, 6 to 7 p.m. Now, I think we have 2 more Thursdays before the examination. Ajay, I have not seen your query. And even if I'm searching, I'm not able to see it. That's why. Can you please just type that again? The date selection, Tarun, maybe towards the end. By 25th, something like that. Okay. Just a second to every student who is here. Okay. This is the BTech admissions page, or this is the page where you have applied for Amrita BTech, right? This is the page where you have clicked this apply now button here and you have applied. There is a Telegram channel. You can join that channel to get the updates. Okay. And there is a special session by our director which is going to be on 18th. So you can just register for this event. It's going to cover all your queries related to the admission, scholarships and everything. Now you have information related to AEEE here, the phase 2 dates, everything. And BTech fee structure is separately here. Okay. There are different slabs, there are different campuses, and these are short forms of the branches. You can get it here. Aerospace is mentioned as AEE. Artificial intelligence, there is medical engineering coming up this year. That is AIDM. Chemical is CHE. Civil is CIE. Computer and communication is CC. So just refer to this document which contains each and everything. And I think for some place, okay, the hostel fees yet to be updated, but still the tuition fees and everything of different slabs, it's updated here. Now, there is something called information handbook. It's a longer document that I to agree, but I would request each and every individual to go through all the pages of this document. Because this contains all the details about the campuses, which branch and which campus, about the allotment. It clearly says 70% of seat allotment is through AEEE rank and 30% is through JEE mains. So all this information is given here, even the question paper format, the fees, everything. And even regarding your ranks, the counseling allotment, all the details are here. This is a document which all of you should go through. And even there are some criteria for you to just continue the fee structure in the second year, third year and all. That criteria is given in this document. Now the return policy, everything is here. These are some of the test center details and the detailed syllabus of AEEE also is given here. Subject-wise syllabus of maths, physics, chemistry, and even English is given here. So all this information is given in the BTech page itself, and I would request each and everyone to go through it. Okay, you want to know about AEL also, just a second. So please do refer to this page because it has everything. Now somebody was confused between AAA. Okay, just a second, I'll just come to AEL. AEL is Amrita Entrance Examination for Life Sciences. It's for those bio candidates. Those students who are into the biology courses under the university, you can write the AEL. And in the same way the BTech counseling happens, the counseling happens for that course also. So for AEL, you can join for food sciences in Coimbatore, agricultural sciences in Coimbatore. You can join for all the biotechnology courses in Amritapuri. Then I would say Cochin campus, you can join the pharmacy, the nursing, all the allied health science courses. So all this comes under just a single examination. And you can give your preferences during the allotment. I want agriculture at Coimbatore, that's my first preference. I want nursing at Kochi, that's my second preference. This way, you can apply during the counseling. The exam, okay. Tentatively, I think after AAA only it's going to happen. That link is available in amritacbtpractice.in. And I hope the candidate was given an idea about, yeah, AAA, and it was, the other one was CSC. Okay. Okay, just stop sharing screen. Okay. So there are a lot of queries that's coming in the chat box related to something like brand selection. So a small tip to everybody else, it happens after the exams and all. So I want you to concentrate on the exams as of now. But regarding the brand selection and all, there might be some part of a branch that does something that excites you or makes you interested. So refer to each and every branch. You have to refer to the job sectors, the areas. Even if somebody is saying about EEE, it's like EV, or even the electrical people or the electronics people, they are getting into that industry, the semiconductor industry. A lot of developments are happening. There will be jobs, but the complete effort has to come from your side. I'll not be able to compare, because somebody is asking, can I take chemical now? Can I take artificial intelligence and data science now? Whenever you're going to study something, it's the complete responsibility is of yours to keep to be updated in that particular area, to be to create a good career or a graph, something like that, to be updated in everything that's happening in the sector, to get placed, to improve yourself in that area. Everything is your responsibility. And one more part is to be strong, or to have a very good foundation in that particular subject. That is very, very important. So it's not like I was thinking CSC, but I was not allotted CSC. I was not able to get it. This is just a suggestion only. I know everybody is having different dreams. But if you feel like, yeah, data science is okay, or something like AI is okay, just start studying it and start making a career in that. That's it. Just a tip, because a lot of students are asking whether this is having a scope, whether this is having a scope or not. Every branch or every course is having scope, but it's like how we are going to excel, how we are going to prepare yourself for that. You have a huge role. It's not about your school life is going, it's already an end, but you're going to be into an area or into a course where you have to be more responsible about the different things. Artificial intelligence and data science at Coimbatore, the package is really high. I know it's between 20 to 60, 20 lakhs to 60 lakhs. I think lesser is there, but it's 13, 15, 18 is there, 20, it's like 60 or something like that. It's very good. A lot of companies are also coming, because you have asked about placement. That's why. Yes, obviously there will be difference, right? When it comes to school and college. School, it's more of, there are a lot of people to take care of you. Everybody is there to help you and all. And college also, it will be there, but a responsibility factor has to come from you. And the extent of that help will be less when it comes to college. Okay. So yes, I think I have taken a lot more time also. There are a lot of queries. I hope I was able to cover. So yes, we'll have session on next Thursday. And please do practice more and more questions. That's very, very important. I don't want you to study any chapter, any theory or anything. I just want you to solve as many questions as possible. Just take 10 questions, start solving it. That's it. Yes, there is negative marking in AAA. It's 3 marks for every correct answer and -1 for every wrong answer. Yes. So thank you, children. Thank you so much. I hope this recording also will be available within some time, some days. Yes. No, there is nothing like this degree is easy or not. Chemical is also, it's like, if you're interested in it, you can take it. It's not like this branch is easy, this branch is tough. Every branch will have the inner details of it. If it's aerospace, you'll have to study the papers related to that. If it's chemical, there will be a lot of papers related to that. It's not like we can't compare the branches. Maybe you can think about the companies, the jobs and all of them, but every branch is something that's authentic in their area. Yes. So thank you so much, children. Thank you, everyone.